Dear students, good morning. Today, as I have taught this chapter, the last lesson from your book Flamingo, this chapter is finished. I taught it in four parts, and I have uploaded those all the four parts on YouTube and sent you a link also in your group. If you have not seen those parts till now, first see them and try to understand the chapter properly. In today's video, I am going to discuss the question answer from the same chapter, the last lesson. Okay, so listen it carefully, and you all have to prepare your notes thereafter. Okay, so first I am going to discuss the internal questions, which is on page number 7, students. There are 3 questions on page number 7 internal. First question: what was French expected to be prepared with for school that day? So if you have studied this chapter carefully, this question is one of the easiest questions, because the question says that what was French the student expected to be prepared with for his school that day, means what was the homework given to him. So you all know that Mr. M. Hamel, the French teacher, has assigned the students that he will question on participles tomorrow, means today he will ask about the participles. So French was expected to prepare the rules for participles. Now question number 2: what did French notice that was unusual about the school that day? Students, you can also, this question is one of the easiest if you have studied this. While French reached school on that day, okay, today actually you can say, today while French reaches school, he found that there was unusual silence in the school. Okay, means in this question it is being asked that what unusual and unexpected things, what surprising things French experienced today in the school. Okay, so French experience today in the school that was there was unusual silence in the school. School normally in the morning time becomes full of bustle, a lot of noise. The students opening and closing their desks, lessons repeated in unison. So many noises were there. The big iron ruler of Mr. M. Hammer, the French teacher, rapping on the table time to time. So these all the sounds were available, but today it was a great silence. But so first unusual experience which French noticed in the school today, that there was unusual silence. Second, while he entered in the classroom, he was late actually, so he expected that teacher will scold him, but you could notice that teacher MML had not scolded him. He permitted him in a very polite manner to sit in the class. Okay, that was very surprising also for him. Thereafter, he noticed that Mr. MML was wearing his green coat, his frill shirt, and a black cap, which he used to wear normally on inspection days and prize distribution days. But today there was no inspection day, neither there was any inspection day, neither there was any prize distribution ceremony. So why he was wearing that? That also surprised him. Thereafter, he noticed that the village elders were sitting at the back benches, which always often remained back end. That also surprised him. So these are all the unusual things he noticed today in the school. Question number 3, students. Now, what had been put up on the bulletin board? Bulletin board means, if you remember, students, while French was crossing the bulletin board near the town hall, that was a notice board, or you can say news board. Okay, there he saw a lot of crowd was gathered. So the question is that what had been put up, what notice was there on the bulletin board, what news was there on the bulletin board. Because of that, there were so many crowd gathered. So you could understand easily that French says, while he saw the crowd there, he talks to himself and says that for the last 2 years all the bad news had come from this bulletin board, like lost battles, draft, the orders of the commanding officers, everything. Today also there was an order from Berlin that that from tomorrow in the districts of Alsace and Lorraine, which were captured by the Germans, actually Persians. Okay, now from tomorrow German will be taught in these 2 districts in place of French. That notice was put up on the notice board. Now we are on page number 8, students. This is the last page of this chapter 1, the last lesson. There are 2 more questions on this page also, internal questions. What changes did the order from Berlin cause in the school that day? So actually this is the same question, students, as I discussed that what changes did French found today, did French find today in the school. The same question, it is, you can say almost it is repeated in a different manner, this question. So the changes which French noticed today in the school, that was that unusual silence in the school. Emmanuel was wearing his green coat, his frill shirt, and his black coat cap. The school was seemed very solemn and a peaceful place. The village elders were sitting at the back benches. These all the changes he noticed in the school on that day. Question number 2 here. How did French feelings about MML and school change? Students, if you have studied this chapter properly, you will find no difficulty in answering this question also. French noticed that today French was a very weak student. Actually, French was a very careless student. He never focused about his studies. But as Mr. MML announced today that today it is the last French class. Now from tomorrow German will be taught here. He all of a sudden his old books, old French books, which were a burden for him, which was a nuisance for him, and because the French language was French books were nuisance for him, the French teacher Mr. MML was also a nuisance for him. But he all of a sudden, when he realized that from tomorrow he will not get any chance to to study his own language, in which he was very weak. He doesn't know how to write and read his own language. That's why he started feeling a lot of affection, a lot of patriotic feeling came for his own language. He started feeling very much attached to his own language, very much emotional towards his own language. And as he became emotional towards his language French, the books which were nuisance for him just a while ago now seemed his good friend, best friends. Similarly, he forgot about M. Hammel's stick iron ruler and his cranky nature, his angry nature also. He started loving him. So the both French books and Mr. MML became dear to him, which were just a nuisance just a while ago before the announcement that today it is the last French class. Now students, I am going to discuss the question understanding the text. Question number 1, this is on page number 9. The people in the story suddenly realize how precious their language is to them. What shows you this? What does this happen? Okay, why does this happen, students? That why the people are thinking that their language is very precious, why they are thinking so? What is the reason? So, students, while M. Hamel announced today in the class that today it is the last French class and from tomorrow the German will be taught here in the districts of Alsace and Lorraine. This is Alsace district where about which we are talking right now. So all of a sudden the city people become very emotional because now they started regretting that why they were very careless in their student life, because villagers, if you remember, village elders were also sitting in the classroom. So they started remorsing, regretting that why they were careless, because most of them were illiterate. So they started regretting that why they were careless in their student life, why they didn't focus on study, because they cannot write and read their own language. That was a very big problem for them. Not a big problem, because a person should definitely get education, literacy. So now they all the village elders, all the students are feeling that their language is very precious for them, because our language is our identity. Okay, our language is our cultural significance. Our language tells that what we are. Our language says that how culturally rich we were. Our language tells about our history also, that how rich our history is, because if a country possesses a language, it means the country possesses a very, very rich history. Okay, so these all the feelings came into their mind. They started feeling emotional towards their language, as well as they started feeling very much attached and very much emotional for their country as well. So a sense of patriotism came into their mind. That's why this happened, that they realized that their language is very precious. So language of anyone is very precious, because language is a very important aspect in our life. What shows you this? It shows that they all were feeling patriotic for their nation. Why does this happen? This is happening because the order has come from Berlin that from tomorrow German will be taught in place of French in these two districts, Alsace and Lorraine. Question number 2. French thinks, very important question, students. Will they make them sing in German, even the peasants? What could this mean? There is a phrase in this statement, in this chapter, students, where French thinks, while the writing work was given today in the class, and while the class is absolutely silent, at the meantime, some pigeons stood on the roof. If you have read the chapter, some pigeons stood on the roof, and while the pigeons French thought, the student French thought for a moment that will they means German authorities, make them, means these pigeons also sing in German language. what this statement indicates. Actually, here by this through this statement, author is commenting on the human nature tendency, the human tendency which is called imperialism, means samrajyavad. Okay, it's a kind of tradition, it's a kind of highly ambitious habit in which a person wants to capture the other things, other lands, other property. Germans are doing the same. They are capturing the lands of they are capturing the land of France. So and as soon as any invader, if you have seen the, if you have studied the history, as soon as the moment of an invader, foreign invader captures any other's lands, what they do, first of all they try to abolish the religious symbols. First they try to demolish the religious symbols. Thereafter they try to change the language, because language, as I told in the previous question you understood, language is the symbol of our religion, of our culture. It shows it unites us, it keeps us always united. So they want to disperse, the invaders want to disperse us, and the language is the main medium. Because of that they try to disperse us. Okay, disperse any nation to which they have conquered. So here French is thinking that will the Germans have forced us to sing in Germans has forced us to sing in German in place of French. But these are the French peasants. They were cooing in French language. Even this place is captured by the Germans, but still they will coo in French language, not in German. But have they authority, power to make them sing also in German language? It means here the author is actually commenting that our power is limited. For a moment we think that our power is limited. We are the most powerful. We are the very mighty person. But our power is limited. We can only conquer, and we can only rule over the human being, not on the natural things. Bodies of peasants are the part of nature. We cannot control. We have no control on nature. So if our power is challenged, then why we should feel the boast of our pomp of power? That is it actually wants to say. Okay, so he says that the Germans will make us think the German can change our language, but they cannot change the language of these birds, pigeons, because how far they will go in their linguistic Taoism. Linguistic Taoism is the term, students. Taoism means a kind of, you can say, a kind of tyranny, a kind of disturbance, turbulence which we create. इसको कहते हैं सनक बेसिकली स्टूडेंट्स. मतलब भाषा के नाम पे भाषाई उन्माद, दैट इज लिंग्विस्टिक साविज्म. मतलब हम भाषा के नाम पे इस तरह से कि हमारा लैंग्वेज सबसे बेस्ट है ऐसा हम बोलने लगते हैं, तब ये लिंग्विस्टिक साविज्म हो जाता है. तो यहाँ पे फ्रेंच बेसिकली यही कमेंट करना चाह रहा है कि लिंग्विस्टिक साविज्म में फ्रेंच देखते हैं कितना दूर तक जाते हैं. उन्होंने हमारी लैंग्वेज को तो बैन कर दिया, लेकिन देखते हैं कि क्या पिजन्स को बैन कर सकते हैं. कलेक्टिवली इस पर किस पे कमेंट है कि हमारा जो पावर है वो कभी भी ऐसा नहीं है कि वो हमको कोई ओवर पावर नहीं कर सकता. नेचर, ये बर्ड जो कि नेचर का पार्ट है, इसको हम इतना छोटा सा बर्ड जिसको हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते है ना, हमारे पावर से बाहर की बात है. तो फिर हम किस बात को अपने आप को पावरफुल समझते हैं, और क्यों हम इस यूनिवर्सल पीस को, ब्रदरहुड को टर्बुलेंस करते हैं. मतलब बजाय इसके कि हम दूसरों पर अटैक करें और वहाँ के पीस और प्रॉस्पेरिटी को डिस्ट्रॉय करें, एक एनिमिटी क्रिएट करें, हमें ह्यूमनिटी के बारे में सोचना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, लिखा भी है देयर कुड बी वन मोर देन वन आंसर. इसमें आप डेफिनेटली आपको जिस भी तरह से लगता है इस क्वेश्चन को जस्टिफाई कर सकते हैं, यू कैन राइट इट. Thereafter another question from the talking about the text. When a people are enslaved, means when a person becomes slave, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is a statement from the chapter. It is said that when a person becomes slave, the moment they believe in their language, hold fast to their language, they believe in their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. It is as they have the key to their prison. Means the language is the key to their prison. Means the prison, the lock of slavery could be opened by the key of language. Okay, now question: can you think of example in history where a conquered person had their language taken from away from them, or had a language imposed on him? Now here students, the author is asking that can you give some examples from the history in which a conqueror conquered a land or a country and imposed their language, as here Germans imposed here in the France the German language. Many histories are there, students. Many historical events you can find. The Romans attacked on several parts of the world. The Spanish, Italians, they attacked on several parts. They tried to impose their language. Arabians attacked as Muslim invaders attacks in India. Attacked in India. Urdu has no language in our country, but because of Parsi and Urdu, Hindi mix, there was a language came, Arabic mix, there was a language came, Urdu. So Urdu was imposed. It is a foreign language for us. Thereafter, the Britishers came, they gave us English. So in this way, you can say that, definitely there are so many examples here in the history where you could find that the invaders, after capturing the lands of others, imposed their language. Question number 2. What happens to linguistic minority in a state? What is linguistic minority, students? Linguistic minority means एक particular language को बोलने वाले लोग जहाँ कम रहते हैं, that is called linguistic minority. How do you think they can keep their language alive? Now you have to imagine that, suppose that you are a Hindi speaking person living in Maharashtra, okay, where is Marathi language is there. So how you will keep alive their language? Because Hindi, their people speak less Hindi speaking people are there. So how you will how will you survive your language there? For example, these are the examples of linguistic minority. Okay, as Punjabis in Bangalore. Okay, in Bangalore, that is Kannada. Tamilians in Mumbai, Marathi, Tamil language. Kannada is in Delhi, Hindi language. Kannada is Kannada language. Telugu, you can say there also. Yes, Telugu maybe. No, Telugu in Andhra actually. So maybe Kannada. Gujarati is in Kolkata, Bengali, Gujarati language. So means how these people will survive there. Okay. So definitely, students, if you could understand how you can survive in a linguistic minority state. Suppose you are living in any other country, you are a person of a different speaking, you are speaking different language, but the country, the place, the state where you are living, you could find the less people speaking your language. But you can keep alive your language by students, by connecting other people, okay, living in your surrounding. In this way you can create a linguistic group actually, a linguistic community you can create there, and you can suppose that you are Hindi speaking person in Maharashtra. You should try to search by various social media resources that how many other people are here living who are living here and speaks Hindi. You can get connected with them. You all can celebrate your functions, each other's functions time to time. So it will be a get together also, and it will be keep your language surviving also. It is called linguistic group community. Question number 3 from talking about the text. This is the last question today I am discussing, students. Is it possible to carry pride in one's language too far? Suppose that you have a pride in our language, that your language is very powerful, as here Mr. Emmanuel says that his language French is the most beautiful language of the world. Is it possible that you could carry your language pride too far? फॉर तो हम कर सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, टू फॉर नहीं कर सकते. टू फॉर का मतलब ये हुआ कि आप अपने लैंग्वेज को बेटर बताने लगते हैं, दूसरों को इन्फीरियर. ऐसा नहीं है, आपका लैंग्वेज जितना अच्छा है दूसरों के लिए उसका लैंग्वेज उतना ही अच्छा है. तो हमें अपने लैंग्वेज का रिस्पेक्ट करना चाहिए. साइड बाई साइड वी शुड रिस्पेक्ट द लैंग्वेज ऑफ अदर्स एज वेल. Do you know what linguistic Taoism means? Do you all know that what is the linguistic Taoism? Linguistic Taoism is there is a kind of insane habit, there is a kind of madness regarding your language, that you are rigid to prove that your language is the best language in the world. You are ready to accept the greatest of other language. You should, as I told, that you should appreciate your language. There is no doubt about that. There is no objection. But if you are condemning other language, if you are saying that if you are forcing others that they should believe that your language is the best, if you are forcing others, you are the wrong. Because others are also having they have some language and their language is also precious for them. Okay, so we should respect our language, equally we should respect others' language as well. So, and it is not possible to carry pride in our language for too far. We can carry it far but not too far. Too far becomes over excessive, and you know excess of everything is bad. Thank you so much.